This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by ShelfGenie.
Welcome back to New Day Northwest. You know, I love cooking, but one thing that drags the joy out of it is being in the kitchen with a messy pantry. And speaking of pantries, I recently met a woman named Paula in Kirkland whose kitchen storage just wasn't working for her. She called our friends at ShelfGenie to help transform her existing cabinets, and she invited me over to see how it all turned out.
Welcome in. Hey, Theresa.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. It's Theresa from ShelfGenie.
Yeah, great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Paula has a gorgeous kitchen. I mean, this is so nice. But there were some things that you did not love about it, right?
Yes, and it looks nice on the surface, but behind these doors of what I had to do to stack my dishes. And I cannot tell you what a pain this was, because everything was stacked up and stuck under, and it would be torturous to try to get things out. So that was the big thing. And another thing was the accessibility. As I got older, I could not get down to the lower cabinets. So I didn't even know what was left under there. I'd have to call my family member to come and get things for me.
So Theresa, what does ShelfGenie come in and do?
So first we got to know Paula, how she wanted to use her space ideally, and what were the things that were frustrating her. And one of the key things we hear is, you know, I would love to be better organized. She had mentioned wanting access to things, and you know what? I would use things more if I had access to it. And so we wanted to make that a reality for her.
I think it's interesting because you did mention that you designed to the nearest millimeter.
Yes.
So tell us what you mean about that.
So with ShelfGenie, we customize to the nearest millimeter, and so if you have any issues in your kitchen, especially dealing with hardware, like Paula here has a vent that we had to cut around, and we didn't want to waste any space or lose any storage for the items that she wanted to keep off the countertop. And so we were able to work to the nearest millimeter and cut around that and still have it fully accessible for the full depth of the cabinet.
And that's only one of 3 cabinets that needed that done.
And so the stovetop was another area that you focused on. Let's check this out.
Yeah, so a lot of times with the stove, we find a lot of unused vertical space, and people just give up on how to store things, and it ends up being stacked, and it gets left and taking up other drawers or just taking up space on the counter. And so we wanted things that she used the most often to be accessible on the second level, and a lot of times people don't even have a second level to work with, so we were able to create that for her.
You did. You literally created this second level.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Talk about how Theresa presented the design to you. How did that look?
Oh, well, first of all, she went and she did a little Tetris, as we say.
Yep, kitchen Tetris.
She reorganized my items with height and so forth, because they were kind of just all shoved in there.
That makes sense.
Right. And then at the end, she gave me a 3D rendering, and it really came to life. And it was wonderful for me because I'm a visual person.
So you know what, and I am too, and I wouldn't even have thought about the fact that you actually do have to look at what the customer has, right?
Exactly.
Like you have to look here and know that, you know what, Paula has 4 or 5 deviled egg dishes that she needs stored. But it is true. I didn't even think about that. And all these years we've been talking to ShelfGenie, because we truly love this product. How have you found your ease of life now that the kitchen's been redone?
It's changed 100%. Because I can access things that I couldn't before, and I find that I'm using dishes that I've had that I never used before. And especially over on that long cabinet, I got so much more room. I moved dishes from the upper cabinet that I never used because I couldn't even get to them. And now they're in there and I'm using them again. I don't know why I waited so long.
Yeah, I hear that from other people.
Right.
What is the turnaround time, by the way, when you're building one of these, like when you're building a custom kitchen or bathroom? I know you do that as well.
Yeah, so when we have the final design that the client is happiest with, once we have an installer come out, which is usually within 7 days of the project approval, it's 8 to 10 weeks for installation.
8 to 10 weeks, that's not bad. And yours was even less.
Mine was even less, and the installation was a breeze. Simon, who was the installer, was wonderful. As she said, he came out. He came out a couple days after Theresa did the design, and then when he was here, he installed all these cabinets. I think I counted 24. Not cabinets, but the drawers.
Yeah,
he's a machine.
Yes, in
He's a machine.
in 5 hours, and he liked my dogs.
Wow, and you like the dogs. How is the quality and craftsmanship?
It is wonderful. I got the basic. one, okay? Which, and I'm very, very happy. It's solid, it holds heavy things, and you can pull out with ease.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I've seen that. Where are your products made, Theresa?
So we have two manufacturing areas, one in Alabama and one in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, we're proud to have them made here in the U.S.
Yes.
That's really, really great. Well, like I said, we have been big fans of ShelfGenie for years. I've learned actually a lot today that I didn't already know. So, Theresa, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Paula, thank you for letting us
Thank
into
you.
your home.
Thank you.
Are we making some deviled eggs now?
Maybe next time.
Well, ShelfGenie has a special offer for our viewers. The first 15 New Day callers will get a free professional design consultation and free installation.